Hello and welcome back. I'm approaching 70 hours of fasted, and I just got back from a 4-mile walk. And the reason that I went on a walk was to compare my energy levels today, 3 days of fasting, with the energy levels I had before I started fasting. In other words, the day that I had my last meal, I went for about a 3.8 mile walk. So I did some jogging just as I felt like. So today, 70 hours fasted, I went out for the same walk. Actually ended up walking farther. I went 4 miles in 1 hour, doing running and a light jog, just as I felt like it. This was not a challenge of how can I push myself, but more of a challenge of how are my energy levels today after 70 hours since my last meal. How are my energy levels compared to 3 days ago when I went for a walk 4 to 6 hours after I ate? It turns out that I actually made better time and went a farther distance, and my energy levels are fantastic. I actually feel as though I could right now turn around and go do the same walk, jog, same time, same distance, and be feeling great. The purpose of that is not to show that I'm tough or that I can push through starvation mode and do it anyway. No. This is a test of how does fat adapted provide energy for activity after days of fasting. I will say it works great. Very pleased. Very, very happy with the energy levels available with being fully fat adapted over 5 months into eating just beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I have great energy levels. I will reference my experience in the past and say that in a situation belonging to a church that really pushed for a monthly fast, the first Sunday of every month, fasting. I've been fasting since I was 8 years old. That's when my parents were like, all right, now you're old enough to fast. 24-hour fast every single month. And that went from 8 years old to like 38 years old. So I have spent 30 years fasting 24 hours every month. I feel like a 72-hour fast is easier than a 24-hour fast back in the days when I was eating regular food, which included carbohydrates. The fat adaptation is a game changer. Absolutely. Energy levels are fantastic. I feel as though if I were a hunter-gatherer and hadn't had an animal to eat in 4 days, I would feel like, yeah, I am energized enough. I have enough resource available energy-wise that I could go out and hunt an animal. I believe that that's what our ancestors did. Now, when people talk about fasting and how it's hard, sometimes I wonder if the struggle is with being carbohydrate adapted that started with agriculture and started with using grains and corn and carbohydrates for our food. I wonder if that's the struggle. I don't believe that I'm more religious right now. I don't believe that I'm more spiritual, and that's why I handle fasting better. I know that it is fat adaptation that makes fasting easier. In the past, I had done a almost 3-day fast 2 years ago, and I could feel some of the benefits of the ketosis. I could feel some of the mental clarity. I could feel some of the fat adapted energy. But because it was only 3 days fasting after eating a lot of meats with vegetables, including sweet potatoes. Didn't experience the level of fat adaptation that I've achieved now, being almost 6 months into the carnivore way of eating. One of the things that I'll mention, because it was part of my decision to start this fast, was I had included some plant matter. I ate a boron supplement, which was a tiny little capsule, and it had leaves and sticks in it and a little bit of rice bran and whatever else that was in the package. That really affected my microbiome for a while. Weeks and weeks after stopping, which was only 5 capsules of this supplement with leaves and twigs. After stopping that, the diarrhea, the abnormal microbiome persisted for weeks. So, in an attempt to remedy that, I incorporated yogurt for 3 days, 3 servings of plain yogurt. It was nothing but milk and yogurt cultures. That was it. And it helped. It brought the microbiome a little bit more into balance, which was noticeable through consistency of poop and color of poop. So I felt like, okay, I've made those changes. But I also noticed that after the 3 days of eating yogurts, my appetite was skyrocketed. I had cravings. I wanted more food. And I realized that I had not had food cravings in the time that I was fat adapted eating carnivore until I had dairy products, which have lactose, a little bit of sugar. And that must have affected the microbiome, which releases chemicals that create cravings. And when that happened, I was like, oh, wow, okay, I helped my microbiome recover from the boron supplement, leaves, twigs, and whatever else they added. The yogurt helped, but yet now I'm experiencing these cravings and my appetite is out of whack. So I decided that I would give it a few days and then do a fast. And originally, figured 48 hours, that should be pretty good. I'll see how I feel, and if I want to do more, I'll do more. And at 48 hours, the sense of hunger was decreasing, and the feeling of fat adaptation was like full go. And I realized that I hadn't quite hit that ketosis level, at least not the level of where it feels like clear and alert. So at 48 hours, I decided I'm going to turn this into a 72-hour fast, possibly more. And now that I'm coming up onto the 72 hours, the feeling of mental clarity is coming in. Really, really excellent. The feeling of being light, energized, and I just got back from a 4-mile walk, feeling fantastic. Now, I want to repeat again, this is not saying, wow, look how good I am at powering through low energies and fasted state. This is saying, wow, look at the energy levels while I'm in a fasted state. And the credit is not that I powered through. The credit is the fat adaptation. When it's working and it's fully engaged, that's a powerful thing. Creates energy out of the stores of energy that my body saves as fat. It's seamless because I'm fat adapted before I started fasting. As I move into the fast, there's not a period of, oh, we're accustomed to running on carbs. Now we've got to adapt to using fats, and that's going to take some time. Instead, it feels consistent. The feeling that I was having yesterday for energy levels, I thought, well, how long does it feel like it's been since I ate last based on my energy levels? And the answer that I had yesterday was, gosh, it feels like 3 or 4 hours since I ate last. Since I normally eat somewhere with a 20-hour fasted window, to say it's only been Now, 3 or 4 hours is not saying I'm ready for my next meal. It's saying I feel like I just ate. And today, I feel like I'm no longer in the energy level of I ate 3 or 4 hours ago. Now I feel like I'm in the energy level of this is in ketosis. This is where the body is converting chemicals into energy that's usable. And it's been seamless. I haven't had a lull. I haven't had a dip. I haven't had a feeling of lightheadedness. No feelings of dropped energy. No feeling like, oh, I just need to recover for a minute, sit down, wait it out. Energy's been consistent. Over the last 70 hours, I've had nothing but water, Redmond salt, and potassium, magnesium as electrolytes, and like 2 servings a day. And drinking about 2 to 3 liters of water a day, and it's been working. So this report, I want to record as I go so that it's not just a check-in at the end where I say, wow, that was really easy and it felt really good. Right now I'm at about 70 hours fasted and going to aim for 100 hours. I hope you're enjoying this monologue as I document how this fast is going for me. I hope that it feels relevant for the viewers, for you, that this is not how good I'm doing at handling a fast. This is how good fat adaptation is doing at providing energy. I hope you're enjoying the content. See you in the next clip.